Well, students feeling the impacts of those changes at school, and we wanted to find out how it's affecting their grades.
Classroom achievement has taken somewhat of a hit. State and local leaders say English, language arts, and math are the areas where students have struggled the most. Fox Carolina's Jarvis Robertson has been digging into what school districts are seeing among students and what they're doing to improve grades.
Yeah, that's right, Cody. Victoria. According to the South Carolina Education Oversight Committee, 7 out of 10 students in grades 3 through 8 are projected to not meet their grade level standards. Now, I had a chance to speak with multiple school districts right here in the upstate to find out how those students are doing in the classroom.
Probably for all educators has been the most challenging year that we've ever had.
Class is in session and we're still dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. As a direct result, student achievement has fallen in some areas. Here's Anderson 5.
We definitely saw increasing failing grades from students that were in the virtual program.
Looking at this chart for grades 1 through 12, it shows a sharp increase in falling grades across all 3 group settings. Blue represents the 1920 school year and gold is for the current year. Middle school is where the number of failing grades more than doubles and shows students struggling in at least one core area.
If we pull out the virtual numbers, we're pretty much in line with what we typically see as far as failing grades for students across grades and content areas.
And Greenville School District leaders say they've also seen an increase in failures.
The number of Fs have been typically this year about 3 times the number that they have been traditionally in years past.
Once students return to face-to-face learning, grades began to normalize in some areas, but there's still room for improvement.
It was pretty much across the board for first quarter, second quarter as well, though elementary's Fs did drop, over from first quarter to second quarter. Middle school and high school, slight dip in middle school, high school pretty much remained the same.
Virtual schooling is also a factor in their increase. The core content areas which saw the most of students struggle were English, language arts, which includes reading, and math. That for both Greenville and Anderson 5. I reached out to Pickens County School District to see what student achievement looks like during the pandemic. School officials say
preliminary results for our core courses in high school, and that was an 89% passage rate.
However, I'm told they didn't have data to compare for the previous year or breakdown among the core areas. To address this critical need for student achievement, Greenville County School District plans to spend $38 million in CARES funding on remediation, enrichment programs, and transportation. In Anderson 5, targeted efforts in the classroom and district-wide initiatives will be the difference in getting students back to acceptable standards.
Realistically, we really need to think about the intensive summer programs that we could offer students to really work with those and target those kids that are behind and work with them on getting them caught back up so that they could start out next year, hopefully on grade level.
Those school districts that I did have a chance to speak with have phased their students back to the in-person classroom settings. Now, less students are opting for that complete online classroom. Reporting live in Greenville tonight, I'm Jarvis Robertson, Fox Carolina News.